Hi and welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. So that's going to happen on the 1st or 2nd of October, depending where you are in the world. And I feel like it's going to be a little bit explosive. Now, this could be in a good way. I feel like for most of us watching these videos, we're pretty ahead of the spiritual awakening game. So I doubt for us that there's going to be epic changes, but I feel like you might be watching people around you go through breakups or bit of upheaval in their world. Things might not be going according to plan, but that's meant to happen like that because they're being forced by their universe to basically move and align with their soul path more. Whereas people like you, we've just got, you know, those little bit of, we just need a bit of we're in bumper cars, you know, and we're just kind of being gently bumped into the direction that we need to go in. And you'll get that through your intuitive insights and things that come up for you. So I already pulled some cards, and it was funny because literally the first card that came out was the Aries card. See all that red? Plus we've got Mars and Aries retrograding at the moment. So there's a lot of pause and rewind to our life path. And I know there's two streams. There's some that are going to like plod along as per usual if you're on your path. But for some of us, a few things need to be shifted in order to be on the highest alignment path. It's like going upstairs, so you're just being taken upstairs slowly. And this Aries fiery energy is taking you to where you need to go instead of, you know, taking a lift. We're going up the stairs. So you got to do the hard work, you know. But there is progress. It's about progress, not perfection, remember. And I know, like, with this Aries energy, people are probably going to get way more frustrated with their life path and not seeing things actually evolve in 3D. You know it up here or like through your crown chakra because you're receiving the guidance and the messages. But down here in 3D world, you're like, when's it happening? But it is evolving. It is evolving, and there'll be a few surprises that come on through. So I do think it's going to be exciting, quite an exciting full moon. So there's inspiration that will be coming through. You're going to feel very inspired to do certain things, but perhaps don't action them yet. I feel like things can be a false start if we act impulsively, and there's that Aries energy, and the Mars is all about the action, right? But because it, you know, it's in retrograde, breathe. You might just want to put yourself in like a catapult and just like shoot yourself off in the air, and then you end up landing on your face. You know what I mean? Not that it matters at the end of the day if you run with something and it doesn't work out the way you plan, but you're probably going to feel more annoyed and frustrated. So we're just kind of being asked to make a list of ideas or inspiration that we get and just like meditate on it and sit back and relax and chill a bit and just mull it over and review it and plan, create a bit of a plan to take you to where you want to go. Literally, spirit, if you just sit there with a notepad, I was actually just doing that before I got in this video. I was like, ooh, okay. And then I was like channeling messages from spirit. They were giving me like, I'm not good with business planning. They're just like, okay, so now you do this. This is your next step. Stop projecting too far into the future. Don't worry about trying to close that gap. Like, okay, just plot. Here's the next few steps for you to do. We want you to stop at step 2 and meditate. Okay. And when you've done that, you'll feel inside yourself when, you know, you can move forward. So, and the same thing will go for you, okay? So to have the information will help you chill out a bit if you need it at the time. Constantly, like every time I use these cards, I think it's been like the last 3 or 4 months, we get the moon soul card. You know, the moon is connected to our soul and to our purpose and why we're here. So I feel like the Aries people are going to be affected the most. If you've got your moon in Aries, you're really going to be finding a lot of information out about your soul purpose, your life purpose. So this is going to be a really good time for you. You're going to have breakthroughs and inspiration. So just write these things down and kind of think it through. Get some assistance if you need it. But yeah, we've got access to basically the whole cosmos during this time. It's going to be fiery for some. It's going to be frustrating at times. So just remember to meditate and do spiritual practices and put your self-care first. But literally we're being bombarded with this information. So when you take the time out to sit down and take notes, sorry for the noisy wind, that sounds like a creepy ghost. Trust me to build a house that has that noise. It's pretty windy here today. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of creativity coming through, but we're just being asked, don't action it yet. Just write it down. Can't stress that enough. Okay, some other cool messages. So we've literally got the Phoenix card here. Surrender to change. So, and it's fire again. It's all that Mars, Aries energy. So there's plans to do with your purpose. Okay, so some of you know generally what inspires you and what you want to do. So I'm talking to those type of people now. And almost it didn't go according to your plan, so you've laid that to bed. You've just gone, well, effort. Obviously, universe isn't helping me. I'm just going to leave it then, screw you. Things are going to be resurrected, your passions and the planning. That's going to be, this is a really good time for that to be reviewed. You're going to get like a new lease on life for your life purpose, which is fantastic. So there's going to be a different take on it. Going to have a different take. It's going to be like a different energy. You know, I just see like your plans sitting on a table. Say you've written them down, they're sitting there, and this gust of wind is coming underneath it, just like lifting it up, and all the papers just falling all over the place. But it's going in a different order. It's giving you like a fresh insight and fresh approach. You're going to get different, it's different ideas. It's just like a puzzle piece. It's like something's going to click into place for you. You're like, oh my God, that's the gap. That's the bit I was missing before. Or I just feel differently now about this whole situation. I should move this so I don't have my arm in the air. Yeah, like, or I just feel totally differently now about this whole situation and how I'm going to execute this or plan this or grow this or whatever. You're going to have some idea, or there's a person I want to reach out to. They might have the answers. Someone might want to help you. So there's old ideas resurrecting at that time that need to be rejigged. So in order, you need to do a bit more planning or research or study. I do feel a lot of us, we need to study more in the areas that Spirit is directing us at this time. So look into that. We've also got shadows, which will be coming up at this time. So note down anything that really annoys the crapola out of you. What emotions are being triggered? Literally write them down. Check out your shadow. Oh my God, this is what I should have named one of my programs. The Shadow Queen. That would have been cool. Work through your shadows at this time. And just note what comes up. Yeah, where do you feel insecure? Where do you not feel confident? Those are the areas that you need to expand on. Because when we really feel called to do something, I want to use public speaking. Who hates public speaking? I remember I used to love it when I was a kid and I went to a Catholic school. So we had to go to church every week. Oh my God, it was horrible. Anyway, but the teacher always used to say, who wants to stand up in front of this whole, you know, like, I don't know, maybe it was like 100, 150 people and, you know, recite this prayer or whatever. And I'd always be like, or if no one wanted to do it, they'd be like, oh, Michelle, can you do it? I'm like, yeah. And I used to get up there and speak fine. And then one time, I don't know what this priest's deal was, but he literally booted me off the podium. And he decided he wanted to say the prayer. And like being a little kid, I was just like, what? But my teacher told me that I'm supposed to say this. And it was in front of like so many people. That was the moment I lost my ability to speak in front of people. I don't know how old I was. It might have been like 8 or 9. And literally, poof, gone. Like knocked a little kid's confidence. And I remember one of the teachers there, he came up to me after and he was just like, that priest is such an a-hole. And he was like growing off his chops. He's like, you shouldn't have done that to you. It was like, which was really sweet for him to say. But anyway, that's when I lost my voice. And I'm still literally trying to get it back now. You wouldn't think, but you know, I can't. I know one of my purposes is to stand up and speak in front of a room full of people, but I cannot. So that's something I need to work on. So, and that was, you know, that's my shadow. Authority figures brooding on your stage. So whatever it is for you, you'll be shown this at this time. That will be your shadow, and any area that you feel compelled to walk towards, but then fearful of, that's an area that you need to practice and move through, because that's your soul calling, whatever is challenging you, but yet you feel passionate about. So that's cool. Message. Okay, so I had... Oh no, I'm going to talk about that one first. Where did I put that one? Oh, here we go. No, that want me to talk about love first. Literally, some of you have been trying to manifest, for the single people, you've been trying to manifest love or something, or to do with like a glow up. You could be focusing on glowing up at this time, changing your diet, changing your looks, dyeing your hair, getting new makeup, like whatever it is for you. Or you could be trying to manifest your ass off to get love. And you're going to get it if that's you, because you've been working on you. You've been working on making yourself better, and not just for this person. You actually wanted to feel better before this person came in. Do you know what I mean? If it was an intention in order to, I'm only going to do in order to get a relationship. But I don't feel like that has been for you, because if you have been doing that, you're not going to get it, because you can't trick the universe. It's that whole love yourself first, universal law. But I feel like for most of you, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. Is it Pirate Day? For most of you, you've been working towards I'm hearing soul love. You've been working towards your self-expression. You've been looking after yourself, been eating better, you've been planning better. And that's been elevating your vibe. Therefore, you're calling in a soulmate. And you're not going to see it coming with the Tower here in reverse, which is really cool. But you've really been willing it, and it's happening. And it could come with the Ace of Materials here. This Ace of Pentacles, it could come through some form of work that you're doing. It could even be at the gym, like working on yourself. You could meet them out and about. I feel like it's just going to come almost like I just see these two people walking around a corner, nearly banging into each other, and being a little bit blown away, like the soul recognition, you know, through the eyes. I'm sure you get that. And it's just going to kind of hit each other like that. And then to clarify this, I literally got the couple card. So we've got the Muse of Voices and the Queen of Voices, which is King and Queen of Swords. So this is the couple. This is like a no BS couple. It's like we've both evolved through the stages of the court cards, and now we're like this perfect match. We're on the same page. There's no BS with the, you know, the King and Queen of Swords. Like, they can see deception from a mile away. They, you know, they cut anyone's head off that tries to mess with them. And I see this is what's coming in for you. And we've got the Moon here in reverse. You're literally not going to see it coming. And it's coming in also because, or you might, if this is just a general, it might not be to do with love, but I just see a lot of us just constantly working on our awakening, spiritual awakening, and leveling up and going, okay, this doesn't work, now I'm going to try this. This doesn't work, now I'm going to try this. Like, it's just, you know, you're just rolling with it, rolling with the punches. And it's just like high-fiving angels along the way. Like, yeah, okay, that was a bit of a failure. Boo-hoo for 5 seconds. And then you just move along, like literally bouncing from one thing to one thing, which is what life is. Right? But you're learning to accept that. And because you're accepting that, your vibration is increasing and more things are coming to you. Jupiter abundance. Literally. Jupiter's gone out of retrograde. So some of us are going to be getting some cool rewards and reaping on rewards. And it's literally life's formula. I'll give it to you now. Life's formula is focus on your purpose, discover your purpose, work towards your purpose, be grateful along each step of the way, which I know sometimes it's super duper hard. And, you know, accepting what comes along and seeing things as a lesson and not seen to destroy you, which I know I felt like, you know, it's not here to, life isn't here to destroy you. It's here to help you grow. And unfortunately, the only time we grow is through challenges. So, oh yeah, baby. Let's see what else we got going on. It's a time to give rather than to take. We literally just had new moon in Virgo. So let's clarify that. What do we need to give? What do we need to give? Sharing what you learned. Some of you have, a message of heartbreak that you need to share. And it could be you need to share it with, you know, like a spiritual counselor or psychologist, whatever's comfortable for you, or trusted friends. But I'm just saying some of you need to share your journey that you've been through because, you know, I know I've spoken about it before. Okay, everyone that's watching this, you all need to share your journey and what you've been on. Because I really feel like I'm speaking to high vibe spiritual groups. What else am I getting from this? I really do feel like you need to share your tears, your story, in whatever way you feel comfortable. I'm hearing support groups as well. But I'm hearing there's no shame in what you've gone through. Your story that you have to tell is expansive. And this could be, okay, all right, so now this is why this has come up. This is part of your legacy. We've got the 10th house here. Your story needs to be shared with the world. Your courage, your journey, what you've learnt, the things you figured out in order to help the next level of people that are awakening. And don't even feel like no one wants to listen. There will always be people that want to listen. I know it's hard not to attach an outcome to it. It's not about the numbers. It's about the message and the legacy. And it's going to lead to the legacy and what you want to leave behind in this lifetime. And some of you also, you know, the 10th house is about fame. Some of you, you know, if you started, say, a YouTube channel and you shared your story, or, you know, you start focusing on topics you want to help teach or whatever, your channel could literally just pick up and blow up, you know, because the 10th house is about fame. So check your planets that you've got in your 10th house as well and research that a bit. It would be interesting to know, and then comment down below what planets you've got in the 10th house or any aspects or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like some of you are going to get like now's the time. It's going to be the right time because the people that need to hear you are waiting for you, but you're not going to know until you start putting yourself out there. And yeah, so that might be one thing you have to plan at this time. And it's the whole, you know, have the courage to step forward and speak up on any topic that you feel compelled to share from your life, or even, is there something you want to talk about? Is there something that you just get excited about? And it's probably going to come through this planning time, writing things down. Don't move until you feel 100%. Yeah, okay. So what's going to happen is there's 3 levels to this. I'll share you some of my coaching expertise. First level is you get an idea. Say, make it relevant and easy for me. So say, I'm like, oh, I feel really connected to the moon. I'm going to start doing moon readings on my YouTube channel. That's where I started from, right? I was like, oh, it will literally be an idea that pops in. You're like, it'll kind of smack you in the face. You're like, oh, I could do that. You get really excited about it. And then you start the planning process in your head. And say a week later, you sit down with the notebook, you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? A bit of a loose strategy, do some dot points, how am I going to action this in 3D? And then you kind of feel 80%. You're like, it's a little bit of fear, doubt. Ooh, I've never done that before. Ooh, how am I going to do this? Ooh. You know, you start to go down a bit to 80%, which is normal. You could even hit 60. But when you sit down and go, look, I'm going to try it anyway. Okay. Got my notepad. What's the first step? Just set up a YouTube channel. Literally takes 5 seconds. Cool. Step 2. I'm just going to do some cover art. I'll pay someone, or, you know, I'll just do it myself. I'll figure it out. Cool, learn a new skill. It's literally like that. Then when you feel that excitement starting to build, that's when you know you're on the right track. Boom. All right. Do I want to pull any more cards? Nah. That's enough good advice. So have an awesome time this full moon in Aries. Don't forget your rituals. And yeah, let's just keep on doing, you know, the wind's doing its thing. We're just gonna, you've got this, keep going. I know for some it's been a challenging year, but I know for others like me, it's been the best year in my whole entire life. So work through those bit of shadows that come up, let the frustration roll on by, and just keep your planning up, self-care glow up, keep the glow up coming, and things are going to be just fine. So I'll see you later. Bye.